everyone, thanks for stopping by. So I decided to come to my favorite place in the world to tell you about my favorite thing in the world. I wonder where in the world you are. Either way, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Raisa Ochola and I'm the CEO, owner, founder, whatever you want to call it, of the African Thrillist Eco-Tours and Travel Agency. So have a look at what we have below. Just keep scrolling and send us a message and just explore this website. I hope it's as informative as you need it to be. If anything, we'll respond as soon as we can, which is within at most 24 hours. Take care. Have a lovely day.
In my soul, I knew I was not going to be those people who are coming back to Kenya to retire in shags in the village. I knew I wanted to start my legacy here.
Raisa Ochola is a Jill of all trades. She's been a fashion model, flight attendant, computer programmer, and the founder of a travel agency. Quite an impressive feat for someone who is only 29 years of age. Raisa was born and raised in Nairobi County. She attended St. George's Girls for her secondary education and later joined the University of Nairobi School of Engineering.
I was doing MS-DOS in 2009 and I'm asking my professor, like, hey prof, kampuni gani wanatumia MS-DOS sahi? Then he's like, madam, hakuna kampuni inatumia MS-DOS, but the curriculum has not been updated. So already, I'm in my first year. I'm doing engineering. I'm trying to be an engineer. Like at that point in my life, I wanted to be global. So I'm like, how am I going to compete with somebody who went to Oxford? Somebody who went to, whatever other school that they're actually learning the things that companies are implementing in the system.
Her prayers were finally answered when she received a partial scholarship to go and study in the United States. So in 2009, Raisa left the country and joined Drexel University in Philadelphia in pursuit of an engineering degree.
In America, my first year, I literally built a camera. And I'm not talking about a pinhole camera. I'm talking about a digital camera. My first year. That's when I'm like, masomo hapa ni different, So
it was clearly night and day.
It was clearly night and day.
Even though the 18-year-old had been presented with an opportunity that many could only dream of, she was not particularly ecstatic about the engineering profession.
The education was good, but quite frankly, it wasn't my passion, So I was just doing it for doing, So I changed my engineering degree. I started with electrical, then I went to general, then I went to mechanical, and then that's when I'm like, no, this is not for me.
She eventually decided to leave engineering and settled on computer science. Unfortunately, while things had barely begun going her way, her mother, who was the only one financing her education, passed away. This was a huge blow to Raisa. Not only did she lose someone dear to her, but also found herself stranded in a foreign country.
The American immigration system, when you're on a student visa, you're not permitted to work. You can only work on campus. At least, I don't know if anything has changed because this was back in the day, 2009. Maybe it's changed, but I'm not sure. So you can only work on campus, very minimal hours, and it's not enough to sustain you. And it was like, okay, so am I going to come back to Kenya and start afresh or figure out life, or what? Am I going to now work in a petrol station in America and finish my degree but end up just messing up my status,
That's how in 2012 she ended up in Australia, and with the help of her sister who was domiciled there, she was able to continue with her education. To support her studies, Raisa did various jobs, from office work to non-conventional means of employment.
So in Australia, I tried everything, let me tell you. My first job, my favorite job, I was the admin of Save the Children, which is an organization, Save the Children. So I was the voice of Brisbane. So I lived in Brisbane City. So that was the one that gave me the most fulfillment. Other than that, I was a bartender. I was a sommelier, for wine tastings and stuff. I used to work in a supermarket, packaging, chicken is coming on the, chicken and stuff for airlines. I did everything you can think of.
All this helped finance her stay. In time, she eventually graduated and found employment as a computer programmer for a forex company in Australia. But after working there for a couple of weeks, Raisa realized her heart was not in it.
Because I needed people. Like I love talking to people. Like I love people around me. You know, I have so many siblings, so you know, such a huge family. So I needed that to give me fulfillment at the end of the day. So there I am on Google, careers with no routine, because the routine part was what was like, hey, naamka, naenda, kwa trade. Unajua, like I was just like, nah, this is not it.
So at the age of 25, Raisa saw it was time for a career change, and that is how she found herself operating from Dubai as a flight attendant for Emirates. Her stay at Emirates was once again short-lived because after working there for only a year, her adventurous and free-spirited nature felt it was time for another change of scenery.
I didn't want to be one of those stories whereby, you know, like I'm abroad. I have to stay abroad to make money, you know, because I was seeing them. I'm seeing somebody, they have been there 30 years, like the level of their life is just constant. You know, it's amazing. They're secure, there's stability, their children are going to good schools, but how are they? Like their spirit, you know what I mean? You know, some people thrive in it. For me, I wanted more. So I always knew home is where the heart is. You know, home is where the future is, you know.
And so in 2018, Raisa landed back in the country, unsure of where to begin but certain of where she was meant to be. Based on her background in computer science, she offered her services to various companies, but as she was doing that, a business opportunity was presented to her.
So I was back home and, you know, the people who are friends became family. So they're like, you're back in Nairobi. Like, can we come? Can we come? So it happened like one of my best friends sent her parents over to Nairobi. And, you know, it was a beautiful, you know, holiday for them. And they literally gave me a tip and they told me, Raisa, like, this should be your side hustle.
With that, Raisa Ocholla Eco Tours was born. Raisa says that unlike other tours and travel companies, hers is unique in that it provides a one-on-one guided tour, giving her clients a more personalized touch of experiencing Kenya.
So I literally create itineraries based on your budget and your time. I started with city tours, you know, because I realized like gaps in the market. There's an authentic local Kenyan food tour where we literally eat like smoky and mayai pasua. Then we go and eat fruit salad on the side of the road. Then we go and eat pork in a place west, you know what I mean? Then we go to Kazuri Bead, the factory where they actually see jewelry being made from the stage of clay. We have like a 30-minute tour. We go around and they see, you know, they just say Africa prints, patterns, but they don't really know what goes into it. So I want to show them the nitty-gritties of what goes into play. You know, like, yeah, the nitty-gritties of what Africa is about. And even as we go through these tours, they interact one-on-one with the people that we meet and meeting the locals who are in all different social classes, you know, it's just magical.
But it's nice for a curtain, no? This one.
Another unique feature of her business is that it does not only focus on showcasing the culture and beauty of this country.
Every single experience my clients or my guests go through has to either directly impact the local community, you know, by either giving them income, you know, because I mean everybody has to eat, or the children, mentoring of sorts, you know, mentoring in terms of, you know, people who have skills out of the country, they come and I put them one-on-one with children who want to do something in that same field. So every single experience that my guests have in a day, they have to directly impact the community or conservation. So that's in terms of the animals, wildlife, you know, the nature. They have to make an impact in Kenya. You're not just coming here to enjoy, you know, you're actually making a difference in the local community.
This is why when she looks back, she's happy with the decision to return. For her, this is what she was always meant to be doing, turning passion into business.
My time away made me realize just how much people don't understand what Africa is about.
In just a year's time, the budding entrepreneur has grown her business and has been able to employ 3 individuals despite the difficulty of running a business in this economy.
It has been a roller coaster. As you know, this industry has seasons. Some months I have up to 20 clients, and what I'm focusing on now is group tours, So I have clients who are school trips, from South Korea who come here. So I have like the Form 4s every June, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make it like a sustainable, income. So that is the plan.
Based on her experience, this is what she's been able to learn in her 10 years of daring abroad.
There is no formula to this life. You don't have to be an engineer. You don't have to be a lawyer. You don't have to be a pilot or a doctor. There are so many opportunities that are there. You know what I mean? Are there for you.
And as we wind up today's episode, this is her parting shot on our Diaspora Bite segment.
Number 1. Know why you're going there. Know why you're going there. If you're going there to make money, just put that in your mind. And don't ever think that that's it. You know what I mean? Don't ever think that now, if it's not working for you abroad, you have to stay in America or you have to stay. There's so much here.